I think that's possibly already shown itself. It probably took the Ellerslie Eagles maybe 25 minutes or so to actually find their way into that contest. For their sake, let's hope that was their sleepy period and it's now on song. From a Pukekohe point of view, that they raced out of the gates, were prepared to stay in that arm wrestle for the first 10 minutes or so and then started to find some points, and they played some really good football. Really led by some brilliant showings through the middle of the park. I thought Donny Tuivai-Lopa and Race Tuivai-Lopa so good. And Jason Toll at dummy half as well. We've seen some nice play on the edges. They're just doing all the little things right now, the Pukekohe Pythons. But in saying that, with limited opportunities, the Ellerslie Eagles, they've defended their line pretty well. And then when they got their chance, they come away with 4 points. And perhaps crucially, they converted theirs. Pukekohe haven't converted one all day.
Yeah. And I think, great pathfinders. They did exceptionally well. And, looking forward to the next 40 minutes as we get ready for the kickoff here. So the Pythons are set. We're ready, ladies and gentlemen.
So 40 minutes to play. Potentially the season on the line for either of these two teams. And it's the Ellerslie Eagles with all the work to do.
The ball's off the tee.
Year of suspense here at Karaka Sports Park. Back to it we go.
Time on.
The biggest 40 minutes of the season coming up for the Eagles. Running the ball back towards the clubhouse end here at Karaka Sports. Really enjoyable day out here today. We saw some kids junior rugby union going on this morning. Great to see the kids and parents out there in the conditions having a good time. And of course, as the day's gone on, it's filled up with rugby league people who are now surrounding the grounds here today. Shout out as well to the Pukekohe volunteers who were here in the early hours setting up the fields. John Henry, father of Jody Henry, who was out there setting up the dugouts.
Yeah, just awesome. And that was here before the sun had turned up. And a big thank you to Trudy. Awesome food today, Trudy. Love you like a chocolate.
So Bunce gets to the kick, and it's a good first set for the Ellerslie Eagles. The chase is good as well, and then as a result, they will pin Pukekohe down 25 off their own line, and that's where it needs to start for the Eagles. Completing sets, getting to good kicks, finding their way back into the contest that way.
Big contact there. Trying to get up to play the ball.
Kaloni it was that was the ball carrier. Look at the line speed from Ellerslie. I think that may have been a focus of the halftime speech. Stepped into the play of the ball. Penalty there. It's Anand Manga who's been penalised. So Henry will kick for touch. Driven kick down, which is going to be ruled to have gone out just about smack bam on halfway.
Oh, big tackle.
Dumped on his back, did well to offload the ball. Now Leroy Nahi is in possession. Brown, probing from dummy half. Tell you what, Palu Kaloni, he's already had 3 or 4 carries. Second half is not much more than 2 minutes old. Brown shuffles play to Henry. Henry with the dummy, and then Henry says, I'll take the line on. Earns a penalty as well, I think.
I think he might have sold that one. Yeah, it's been bought.
The smile would suggest so as well from Jody Henry. Clever play.
We're going to tap and go, yep. Reset it.
So Tiffany Noble. Good strong carry. Look at those legs driving. Brown. Tolovai. 9 out from the line now. Brown comes centre field. Looping ball to Henry. Henry goes back in field. Jody Henry will go close. Taken down just short of the line. Brown rushes the dummy half. The Eagles quick to get there.
Oh!
Now it's picked off. Bunce is off to the races. Bunce into open space. There's cover coming across. Will they get there? I don't think they will. Bunce. 10 metres to go. Chance Bunce will run it in. What a play in this game. Potential 12-point turnaround right there. Chance Bunce, the man, picks it off. And then he's gone.
Crown Lift Trucks Action Sport replay. Have a look at this. This Eagle swooped on that ball, read it really early, took it well, and we're disappearing from the action replay and going back way back. So back, we lost the end of that Eagle landing. Stay with us, Ellerslie fans. Here it is, bang. And we'll get to see it again in slow motion. And remember, all the action replays will be up live on aucklandleague.co.nz ARL YouTube channel. And let's just have a look at his face as he goes the full, well, we'll call that 95. He'll say it's 98 metres.
Nervous look over the shoulder at one point there, wasn't there?
Yeah, loving that. Great image, great footage, great try. And we'll watch this Eagle land. And there it is. 4 points. Beautiful to watch.
So it's going to be Bunce to attempt the conversion from in front. Ball blows off the tee again. But the interesting part of that was Bunce's eyes were actually on the ball. It wasn't as if he was rushing up with line speed. I think he was actually thinking intercept the whole time.
Yeah, he read that early. And, I mean, he was committed. And once he went, 2 points on. And like that, ladies and gentlemen, the game is 16 points to 12. Ellerslie Eagles back in it.
Fantastic reply from the Eagles. Scored right on half-time. TJ Ashford, perhaps with some magic words at the break. And a different-looking team has come out now, and you just wonder how big that play will be. Like I said, that's a potential 12-point turnaround there. It just felt like Pukekohe were going to go over.
Yeah, well, that's right. Pythons were on the line. They were certainly mounting some serious pressure there, and I guess, you know, where Eagles dare, boom, got the intercept and go the full length of the field. We've got a game on our hands now.
So the Pythons get us back underway. A bouncing one, which is tripped on the foot and then handed off. I think that's Villy Lee.
Just having a look at the body language too around the park. I think there's a wee bit more energy coming under the Eagles' chest. Yeah, lots more.
Already 35 off the line. Really getting going through the middle now. Kingy links up with Hales. Hales takes him up over halfway.
I think rightly too at the beginning of the interviews with the player coach for the Pythons, just we see the ball go to ground there. The head coach spoke about the importance of defense. You know, naturally they're gifted around attack, and that was one of the things he wanted to focus on, and that'll be one of the things that will need to come to the aid of the party now.
Disappointing end to the set that time for Ellerslie. They needed to get to the kick and just set up camp down this end. Not the end of the world, of course. It is 10 short of halfway where they hand over the ball. So the Pythons now get back into it. Bobby Brown finds Douglas. Little juggle at the line from Ruben Tolovai. He's featured heavily but been pretty well contained today. So a penalty at the end of that, which will go the way of the Pythons. Henry will now kick for touch. A little bit of confusion initially about whether that was a penalty or...
And that's not a bad kick either.
Noble. Brown doing his best to milk a penalty. Jumps out, steals a few meters. Now, what have we got here? A Another penalty, I think. Well, that's a couple in a row. Pukekohe now with the decision, and they'll look to the sticks.
Wow.
It's possibly a decision that comes from experience this year. They've had a draw. They've won a game by 1 point. I think they've lost a game by 2 points. So, yeah, those things don't leave your mind in a hurry. So they're going to look to the sticks now and look to stretch this lead back out to 6 points. And it will be Ruben Tolovai, last year's Shaman Cup Player of the Year, to convert this. Hasn't it been great to see Ruben's evolution as a player? Of course, featured for Auckland this year, playing in the unfamiliar position at hooker. I thought he was really one of their best as well against Samoa Rokalani.
Yeah, and was a fantastic fixture that the ARL boys put together. You know, we had Tonga the year before, so hopefully we get to see a lot more of those clashes in the blue and white jumper out for Auckland Rugby League.
Flags go up. We're back to a 6-point ball game. 49 and a half gone here at Karaka Sports Park.
Well, you have to say they get the ball back. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it now for this next set.
So Bunce gets us back underway. This will take a bounce. Trapped on the foot. We've seen a lot of that today. Ellerslie get 3 in the tackle. Strong carry off the back fence. Their middle forwards have been a real feature today. That time it was Tiffany Noble. Hales, the last to peel off that tackle for Ellerslie. Back through the centre, they work it. Again, Tui Vailopa. Brown jumps out. Brown, little run. Just about poked his nose through that time. 35 out from the line now, Pukekohe. This is a good set. Left it comes. Jody Henry puts a high one up. Says, bring this one down, Mr. Tua. Does so with a claim.
Catch.
Nicely done from Tua, who's had a really good game so far. Some big carries for his side out of yardage as well. Tolovai holding on for dear life down low. Kingi rushes to dummy half and then brings in Fishiahi at speed, and Fishiahi gets whacked. Fishiahi, well, worked very hard for that one. Eventually got the penalty. You see half the face caked in mud there for Glenn Fishiahi. One-time Vodafone Warrior, also played for the Chiefs. Bunce. Good kick for touch, and they'll start this set 41 metres out from the line. Here the Eagles. Kingi. Shomkul through! Still going as Shomkul. What a carry. It ends at the hands of Tolovai, but there's a penalty to go with it.
Up high, saying. Don't know, might have I was going to say slipped down into it.
So time off. There may be an issue here for, I think it's Ruben Tolovai.
Sort of blood bin.
Maybe a head injury assessment has been called for here by referee Wall. So we'll wait to see what's happening here.
Yeah, they're checking them out.
Looks like they're going to tap and go here, Ellerslie, and that's a fairly straightforward decision. Not too much point in taking this back to a 4-point deficit at this stage. So Kingi with the tap, he's got Shomkul set to his right. Instead it will be the experienced Villy Lee. Bunce.
Shot!
Links out the back to Fishiahi. Quick hands, another Eagles try. They're right back in it now. The Ellerslie Eagles, it's Marcel Connell who scores on the left-hand side. Back to a 2-point ball game. Let's take a look now on the Crown Lift Trucks replay. The pass from Glenn Fishiahi was beautiful.
And as we see it getting shifted to the left-hand side there, just coming back into frame. Nice catch pass, draw defenders, and that there dummy defender, attacking player coming in. Just a little bit of opportunity to open that space right up out on the edge there and going through, sliding in for a 4-point try, and the Eagles are back on. Right in front of our third cameraman there.
A very well executed set play, which I'm sure will please Coach Ashford. Really an attacking-minded coach, and that one was done to perfection. So a chance to even it up.
You see there's a bit of dampness in that corner in there. So we wait for the kick to come. We're going to see that from that angle. It's hit the upright. Unbelievable.
Well, mark that down. 54 minutes, conversion off the upright. Will that be a key moment in this match? 18-16 it remains. It's the Pukekohe Pythons with the narrowest of leads right now. I do want to very quickly talk to the jersey sponsors that the Ellerslie Eagles have put together this year, and a shout out to the club for the good work they're doing in that space. The number 1 jersey for Marcel Connell, sponsored by Gutter Solutions New Zealand. A1 Landscape has the 2, McCamish Metals the 3, Sonic Couriers the 4, Hampton Downs Experience the 5, One Stop Property Shop the 6, Paramount Pools, Ellerslie Chiropractor, Ellerslie Automotive and Tyres, Shade 7, PG Hydraulics, Gascoigne Plumbing, Sturt Landscapes, Jacobson Headstones, One Stop Property Shop, Ellerslie Gold Club, and another one for A1 Landscapes. Big thank you for your support of Grassroots Rugby League. Kingy. Shomko. Darting, looking for a gap. Ball pops out. That was dangerous. Tua cleans it up. Melicia. Bunts, chips over the top. Look out, Fishiahi. Fishiahi scoops it up, and then, well, that was ugly. There was nothing deliberate in that, but he felt that one. We're going to have time off again.
Just have a quick look at the action replay on that if we can. And I think you're right, Corey. It was, fortuitous bounce here. We don't know which way the ball's going. He's managed to collect it. Picked that up, and the other defender was already sliding in, so just wrong place, wrong time, and ball's gone to ground. Back to the scrum.
Thankfully, Fishiahi appears to be back up to the feet and okay. Watch for that play to be played out again, because if Fishiahi gets into open space, I'm fairly confident there's not too many who would reel him in. So the Pythons now work the ball forward, 45 out from the line, sitting on this 2-point lead. Farrow, excellent in the opening exchanges. He's on for his second stint. Jason Toll back on as well. He was the difference through the first 25 minutes. Can he change the game again and tilt it in favour of his team? Tolovai to Tuivai Lopa. Strong carry, and just as well he didn't get the offload away from an Ellerslie point of view. Henry, looping ball over the top into a little bit of space down the left-hand side, and the Pythons are in.
Wait for it. Try awarded.
Royden Tupaia, away down the left-hand side. The big smile came up on the face. He knew he was in. Gives his team a nice little buffer once again. Look at the ball from Jody Henry. Bang.
That's the one. Missed 2 people on the back line. Just hit the winger. Bit of a vertical sidestep there. Went round the outside of his defender. And he's already smiling on his way in as he brings it round towards the sticks. And a couple of Python fingers are up. So, and thank you very much. 4 points. Loving it.
He did tell me to make sure I remembered his name pre-match. He obviously felt he was going to score a try with Ego Royden. Here over in the left-hand corner. Gives the Pythons a 22-16 lead as we approach the final 21 minutes or so here at Karaka Sports Park.
Big thank you to Steeden, the official football for the Crown Lift Trucks Fox Championship, along with the SAS Fox Memorial as well. Thank you, Steeden, for your support. How important is this kick? Well, I think all kicks have been important today, mate, as you've rightly pointed out. You know, a lot of games going down to draws or being won by 1 point. And I'd hate to be trying to drop goal something out here on this paddock.
Jody Henry trying to make a wind barrier around the ball with his hands there, I think. This is the biggest kick because it takes it up to a 2-score lead if he can nail it.
There's hush around the park.
Hits it. Hanging up. It's not going to make it. They caught the wind badly, so it will remain. Pukekohe Pythons 22, Ellerslie Eagles 16. 58 and a half gone. A game which is now ebbing and flowing and all building towards this big finish, which we have come to expect in this competition. Toll. Good first up contact led by Atua Hiva that time for the Ellerslie Eagles. 25 off their own line. Tuivai Lopa plays the ball. Tolovai crabbing, looking for a chance. Like I say, he's had plenty of touches today, but the Eagles have been up on him quickly. Toll. Farrow. Great carry.
Still going. 3 defenders on, and the rain's just starting to open now.
Toll goes left edge to Jody Henry. Great set. Perfect kick to finish it. That's experience for you. Henry stations himself down the left, puts that one into touch, and just allows them to try and suffocate this Ellerslie team and trap them down here as we approach the hour mark here at Karaka Sports Park.
Yeah, he's done that all day. He's done it very well, hasn't he? And that's the call. You can hear it. Keep them here.
Leroy Nahi with a good first up contact. The Tuakau Jr. played some football with the Hibiscus Coast as well. He's Meliasia. High performer at Taekwondo previously. He's played for the Vulcans under-20s back in 2016. Tua with another good carry. Oh, that's great work from Tua. Got the high shot as well. But all of his carries have taken a fair bit of effort to contain. And that time does well to earn the penalty. You can just see there Darren Kingy just trying to calm everyone down. It'll be him and Bunce who are leading the charge on this run home.
Good kick too. Peels off a few metres.
There is some youth in this Ellerslie team, but they're blessed to have guys like Glenn Fishiahi, Darren Kingy and Chance Bunce to really lead things in that spine as well. It's a very experienced spine. Certainly got it all over the Pukekohe spine in terms of games at this level. Kingy to Shomko. Shomko got his big man on his shoulder and they're going to go through here, are they? A brilliant covering tackle from Kingy. Jason Toll arrives to slow things down. Huge play coming up now. Camped on their line. Now, was that cynical? There's calls for 10. Harley Wall resists it for the time being. That must have been close.
Need to go back to camera 2. Just for the call up. On you go. Oh, good D. Great line speed.
Felice taken down in front of the SAS uprights. Kingy to Bunce. Bunce now works it down this side of the field into a little half gap, but there's purple jerseys emerging from everywhere. The ball comes loose. Now hang on. That's a fair few down this end of the park, and all of a sudden, things are getting a little intense in the middle. Words exchanged. Nothing much more than that. Tolovai looking to plead Pukekohe's case.
So that's where everybody needs to show some calmness. And there's a bit of pressure on the line.
So Tolovai told to tell his boys to calm down. His reply, tell these guys to calm down.
Hold the line.
All is fair in love and war. Back to it we go. Kingy with the tap to Bunce. They will centralise now via Felice. Right in front of the SAS uprights. Left and right available for Kingy. Links with his captain. Back door they go. Links with Malasia eventually, but Henry is up quickly to take him down. They're about 12 out from the line now, Ellerslie. Trailing by 6. Hales does well to stand for a long time. Nahi eventually twists and gets him to ground. Kingy the first receiver. The ball's put down. Oh, that's a big blow for the Eagles there. Had been building some pressure.
Absolutely.
And Pukekohe breathed a massive sigh of relief. Probably lucky to keep 13 players on the field, to be fair, Pukekohe. There was a string of penalties down there camped on their own line.
Yeah, went close. Just had a quick look at the head coach for Ellerslie. He's still standing. That's a coach killer, that one. So, Pythons get ready to feed the scrum.
Ball in from Henry. Tolovai retrieves from the back. Look at that. They're up quickly, though. Fishiahi leading the charge. Staying in there as long as he could as well. That's Sonny Walker. The hero last week kicked that winning field goal. Look at this from the Eagles. It's stepped up a notch. Walker exchanges a kick perhaps with Fishiahi, and then I think there was a headbutt in there. That's the call from the officials as well. There may be action taken this time. Fishiahi appeared to headbutt. Let's wait and see. There was a hint of a knee in there from Sonny Walker as well. So, Ellerslie headbutt. Fishiahi might go to the bin here. He might even be sent from the field. The call is a headbutt. Huge moment in the game. We're listening to referee Harley Wall. Jody Henry practices his kick for touch. Fishiahi's taking an age to come out, and there's a reason for that. Gone, sent off. Glenn Fishiahi is gone. Ellerslie will play with 12 for the remaining 16 minutes. Well,
it's the big change in the game, isn't it? 22 points to Pukekohe Pythons, 16 points Ellerslie Eagles, one man and gone. So back to the action.
Watch the next hit up. It's brewing here. So Fishiahi gone. The Eagles. The hill just became a mountain. Toll. They work at 4. Look at this.
Speaking of hills coming mountains, the hill around us full of eagles firing up too, just quietly.
Toll looks to his left. Tuivai Lopa gets belted.
Defense is certainly firing up too.
Tolovai. Good carry from Ruben.
Python's trying to get on a roll, looking for a quick play of the ball.
Henry looks high. Tester here for Tua. Once again, he's brilliant under it. Tua looks up, sees a little bit of a staggered line and shakes his way out of a couple.
Defense up, rushing.
Bobby Farrow that time, straight up on Meliasia. Up inside the 10 that time.
Yeah. Banged him.
Crowd coming to life, and why not? Bunce will kick for touch. Less than 15 to play. The Eagles trail by 6. They're down to 12. Be interesting to see what the reshuffle is here. They'll have to play with a fullback, which means there will be gaps somewhere on the edge. Looks like Connell has gone to fullback. They work the ball forward. The touchy called forward, overcalled by referee Wall. Kingy jumps out. Kingy still going. Gets taking the ground 10 out from the line. Wants a quick play of the ball, and it's going to be called a knock on. No, it's not. Overturned. Penalty.
Well, it feels like the wagons are surrounding us. People, crowds coming around the broadcasting box. Here come the Eagles.
Got the guard dog, Selwyn Pearson here. We'll be all good. Forward they work it now. This is Tianao Henry. What a test of character this is. Kingy, double pumps, it goes out the back, it's messy, and as a result, Pukekohe are up quickly, although breaking free. Then it goes to Bunce, looping ball, and it's read brilliantly.
Eagles still asking the questions, though. Here they come again.
Bunce on the ball, looking to go centre field. Basketball passes in the end. Desperate football being played right now, told to go back and play it again. Billy Lee. Still going, Billy Lee. 5 short of the line. Kingy. Swings it out the back. Still going here, the Eagles. Last play coming up. And it's a big one. Kingy. Ball held up and it's spilled loose. Look at that reaction from Jody Henry. And quickly to rally the troops. That was a huge defensive set. Credit as well to the Ellerslie Eagles, considering they're playing a man down. They threw plenty at them that time.
They were mounting some pressure there, but the Pythons just hang on by a fang.
$12 to play. Pythons lead by 6. Tolovai lines up for another one. So good today, Ruben Tolovai.
Good footwork at the line too, keeping people guessing.
If they are to win, it'll be off the back of their middle unit. Jason Toll at hooker. 40 off their own line now. Taking the ground is Noble. Tolovai goes backdoor to Henry. Adventurous stuff here from the Pythons. Tuivai Lopa breaks down the left-hand side. Tuivai Lopa into space, but desperate cover defense. Quick play of the ball, though. There's got to be a gap somewhere. It's 13 on 12. Henry will go looking for it. Ball back out to the left-hand side. The Pythons kick back into the middle. Marcel Connell does brilliantly. How did he get out of there, Marcel Connell?
Passage of play.
Tua jumps out of dummy half. That's a smart play there from Tua.
We've got an eagle down on back play. Cramp. Looking for some people to work hard, get the grind on.
That'll help. Penalty.
Time off. Yeah. There he is there. Halfback just suffering a bit of, was it calf cramp?
Anan Manga that's down, and that's
and
probably...
looks like a python down in the background as well. Was he off the park?
He is off the park.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure if
he might have been subbed.
been interchanged or not. It's time back on. Penalty to the Eagles. Bunce will punt that one into touch. Well, what a final 10.5 minutes it will be. It's potentially someone's season on the line here. Kingy. Schomkel. He's been good off the bench, Jordan Schomkel. Added a different sort of shape to their pack. That little bit of footwork at the line. Kingy, and it's put down. Double knock on the call. This will go back for a Pukekohe feed. And a real shame that time for Tianao Henry. Puts the ball down. Puki will feed this scrum about 5 metres short of halfway. Trust you're enjoying the action today. Do join us again on Saturday. We've got the big clash between the Howard Hornets and the Mount Albert Lions in the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. Looking forward to bringing you the coverage of that one. One of the great derbies around in Auckland League right now.
Absolutely, and it's a big, big day. The Rukatai Shield's on the line, along with a Root Rooster Challenge. So, you get a double banger for that one. Back to the main action here, however. Pythons on the settle, just taking it straight to the middles. And you have to say the Ellerslie Eagles are working hard inside and outside. They're working for each other at the moment, one man down.
Tuivai Lopa. Toll. Forward via Douglas. 30 out from the line. Is the field goal an option? It should be. Toll. Jumps out, looks to his left, goes to Henry. It's put down. They live to fight another day, Ellerslie.
Get the ball back. And just as they get ready to pack in for this scrum, big thank you to Tilly and the team at Pukekohe Pythons allowing to be hosted down here today for their big home match, and also to the management team of the Pythons. Been a fantastic group and looked after the ARL TV team so well. Thank you so much.
Tua brings it off the scrum, gets decked and put promptly to ground. Looking at forward now via Taniela Carver. Rain again pelting down here at Karaka Sports. Marcel Connell, the makeshift fullback. Is he the man to spark Ellerslie back to life and potentially save their season? Kingy. Schomkel. Schomkel gets set upon by a wall of purple. Ruben Tolavai in there as well, along with Jason Toll. Kingy plays a short ball in. Last play coming up. Do you look to the heavens? It's going to be near impossible to bring the ball in these conditions. Billy Lee will kick. Play on is the call.
Got the ball.
Not played at. This will be a handover.
Looking to the heavens. I think the heavens are looking at us at the moment. They're just letting it fall.
Updating some scores from the round of grounds. Richmond are up 36-22 over the Hibiscus Coast. That has ramifications for this game. It means that at this stage, Pukekohe would require a win next week and a Richmond loss. And guess who Richmond play? The Ellerslie Eagles. Te Aroha Roosters are up 14-4 over Bay Roskill. And the Papakura Seagulls lead Manurewa 30-24.
Well, that's a close one too. Conversation going on out there as the referee comes to the ruck area. Somebody else pointing to his head knock. Oh, there, blood bin, is it? I think that's going off on back play. Trainer's on. Back to the action.
Pythons working it forward via Kaloni. At some point, the field goal has to become an option, or does the penalty shot at goal now become an option? I think so. No?
Probably, is he too far out? Wind? He's going to chew meters. Here we go.
Probably a smart play here. And if it's not a try, surely it's setting up for a field goal. Results in the First Division, Mount Albert comfortable, 58-0 over the Marist Saints. Glenora thrashing the Northcote Tigers, 52-4. Point Chevalier and Howick are all locked up.
Oh, D.
Big contact.
He's just mothered him.
Toll. Bumping carry forward from Noble. Toll to Henry. Henry plays down the left-hand side. Points here would kill the game, you would think. Toll to go back and do that one again. Tried to steal a little extra meter. Toll goes short side to Henry. Henry is set upon. Henry wants to set for a field goal here, I think. There's some barking going on. They're going to go towards the middle of the park and look to get to the hash mark. Tolavai fending his way. Here it is. A chance to seal it. Yep. Stationed out the back. Goes to Henry. Footwork. He gets rushed. Has to play it. It might be on now down the left-hand side. Kingy! There it is! Darren Kingy! That should be the game. And the Pythons look like staying alive in the Crown Lift Trucks Fox Championship. You see it here. The field goal was on, but he got rushed. And then heads up play from Jody Henry.
Yeah, well, really from there, Corey just taken over. You know, he shaped up for the drop goal. At that point, he did get rushed and he had to put the turbo jets on, managed to go to the left side, found a friend who was a great little pathfinder, in over the line, 4 points, and the Pythons are going off.
So as we wait for the kick, just revisiting those First Division scores as they are. So right now the Rukatai Shield is going to the Howick Hornets. A draw would be enough to secure that. We will keep you updated. Keep an eye on aucklandleague.co.nz. But some big scores.
What's the score on that one, mate?
14-all.
14-all.
Fairly big game for Point Chevalier's playoff hopes as well.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know if it stays at 14-all, 1 point's going to be enough for the Pirates.
So 10 the gap. This would make it 12. Flags are up. And the Pythons look like getting home. Setting up a huge match next week. And ironically, Ellerslie's match against Richmond will also play a big part in that. If Richmond win, they'll go through.
How good has this format been, Corey?
Could not have written it better, really. I mean, you look at all the different scenarios that have been going on. Just brilliant.
There must be some fine minds up there at the ARL.
High one from the Eagles as they look to desperately salvage something. Beautifully done by Jason Tolt.
Great take. Great take. Yeah, just take your time getting up to play it.
And while the plaudits will come thick and fast for the Pukekohe Pythons, I do want to acknowledge the Ellerslie Eagles as well, who have fought valiantly down a man for the last 15 minutes or so. Just refused to go away and have looked every bit the better team at times. Ball comes out to the left-hand edge. The Pookie have scored 2 tries now. Be taking the ground and field. Points difference could be crucial as well. So every little point's going to count here. Pookie won't want to let the foot off the accelerator at all as they bump the ball forward now via Kaloni. He's really coming to his own in the second spell. Toll.
He's been a handful.
He has indeed, Noble. One of many for the Pythons. Henry directing traffic in the background. He is the first receiver. Henry looks up, goes back to Jason Toll. Toll will offload out the back. A little wrap-around play. Oh, please let this be a try. That's a thing of beauty. Over the back, and oh, it's one of the tries of the season. Oh, it's been called back. You are kidding.
Oh, and pulled a hamstring just at the end there. Have a look at the crown lift action replay here. These guys are just on the hot potato. So he looked like he was going right. He's loved that left-hand edge all day. They managed to keep the ball alive here, but look, to no avail. Oh, how's this one? The one-hander.
Unbelievable.
Look
at that.
There you go.
It's a correct call. It was a forward pass. There's no doubt about that.
So, Ellerslie now, kick for touch.
Bunt's keen to get things moving. Less than a minute to play by our count, although our clock will not be perfectly in line.
There you go.
There it goes. A huge win for the Pukekohe Pythons. They win this one, 28 points to 16. The hooter has gone, but we may get one more play in here yet. So one player to finish it. So Connell will shift play on, then goes to Kingy. To the right-hand side, pops out to Tua, and Tua now away down the right-hand edge. Looking to kick back in field, the ball goes down, the game is over. Pukekohe win, 28 points to 16 over the Ellerslie Eagles. What a game here in the Crown Lift Trucks Fox Championship. A short break for us before we join the captain's pitch side. Given the weather and the field was fairly ripped up, how important were your middle forwards today? Because there were some big numbers from those boys.
Yeah, the boys had to push hard. A lot of us play 82 in the middle, and we just had to dig deep. It was like they were coming up our middle a lot too, and they found some weaknesses in us in the middle, but we dug through and we came back.
You did certainly dig in, and Ellerslie came back at you a number of times. Are you impressed with the character your side showed to just keep repelling them and hitting back?
Yeah, we were. Our discipline was key today, and we let away a few errors, but the boys dug deep again, and big ups to the boys for playing 80 and finishing strong.
It all comes down to next week. It's going to be a big week. All the best, Ruben. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
now bring in Isaac from the Ellerslie Eagles. Well, Isaac, such a brave effort from your team today. Obviously, the send-off didn't help at the end there, but you must be very proud.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a brave bunch of guys out there. This week especially, we had quite a lot of changes, but to pull through like that and take a quality team like Puke 80 minutes, it's definitely a testament to our team this year.
The battle in the middle of the park, although Pukekohe probably dominated it early, you certainly found your way in the second half.
Yeah, and I find that's probably been our story for most of the year. Is we've just struggled to find a good start. Look, big ups to Puke. They punished us in the middle at the beginning, and they deserve that one.
It's not all over yet. Of course, it's going to go down to the last week, although things may have been taken out of your hand to some degree. So, Isaac, we wish you all the best, and thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our coverage, ladies and gentlemen. We are back live for Mount Albert versus Howick next Saturday. All the details will be available on aucklandleague.co.nz. We'll see you then from 2 p.m.